Welcome, guys, to another session of The Hair Wire. This is Sergio Cardona, your host, and with me, the crew, the best crew ever, the people who knows all about hair. Bisan Dipsing, Kerry Jarrett, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing so well. Thank you. So excited for today.
Thank you. Yeah,
Very
I'm
exciting
this is going
time.
to be a fun topic today.
Oh, it is. It's going to be an exciting time, guys. So for those of you who are watching and this is your first time here at The Hair Wire, please connect with us every time. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, and of course, if you like our content, you want to comment on the videos, please do so. We want to interact with you. We want to help you out, whatever hair or scalp issue you're facing. We're here for you guys. This is what The Hair Wire is all about, to keep you hair smart. So today we're going to be talking about toxicity and its relationship to alopecia, different types of alopecia. And we're going to be going through some of the treatment plans and options. So, Carrie, you had a special case this week. We'd like to bring it in and talk to us about it, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So my client came in and he has spot alopecia everywhere on his facial hair and throughout his scalp. And we were going over the types of alopecia that he has, and we did the whole trichological assessment and it kind of ruled out things. He's a very healthy person, very active, eats a healthy diet, good healthy lifestyle. However, I found that when we were going through the investigation that the alopecia areata was not triggered from him in his daily his doing, but his work environment. And so he has alopecia areata. And once I found out where he was working and doing detective work, I found out that he's in a place where he's quite susceptible to high amounts of toxicity, compromising his system. And as we've been researching, we found out that it has been triggering his alopecia areata. So yeah, and so now we're investigating, of course, where he's going to medical professionals getting their opinions, but they're just ruling it out as alopecia. But as trichologists, we know there's more than one type of alopecia, and there's a procedure per alopecia treatment, and also it's not a one-size-fits-all world. And for us as trichologists, we get to the root of the problem. And so that's why I brought this case here today, because it's a special one. And I'm sure a lot of people have been in this situation too, where they start a new job or they're in a new work environment or a new home environment, and they notice alopecia areata happening. And so I thought this would be a great place for us to kind of talk about it.
Definitely. Biz, now walk us here through a process, how the body reacts whenever we are facing, basically we have two stimulus right here for this gentleman. We have the toxicity and we also have the stress environment, how both of them can interact and of course cause some type of hair loss, in this case alopecia areata.
Yeah, being exposed to toxins, wherever the kind of toxins are, will actually disturb the physiology of our organs. So our organs there's like their chemical messengers going through, flowing nicely in our system. Toxic exposure will disturb this flow in our organs and our tissues and start messing up with them, and sometimes it will affect the kidney, the liver. Sometimes it will affect the lungs. It depends on what kind of toxic exposure he has. But the first sign of a toxic exposure is actually hair loss, because your body is like shocked. It's like there's some chemical thing that is not working flawlessly, like how the body's supposed to do. And that's why I love trichology, because your hair tells you exactly, wait, stop, something wrong over there. Go and check it out. And this is why the role of trichologist is very, very important. Like as Kerry said, the minute he has an alopecia areata, Kerry's mind will say, okay, what is triggering it? She is not treating it forward. She is going backwards to try to see what triggered it. And that's why she knew about the toxic load or the toxic exposure he had. And if your body didn't show these alopecia spots, or that's called alopecia areata, then the toxic exposure stays going on and on and on, bigger problems will happen. Kidney failures will happen, liver failures. We will be starting with the hair loss. We go all the way to liver failure. That's why God gave us this hair, and it's just an amazing. We feel so sad and we feel so emotional about our hair loss, but actually it's a gift that is our body telling us, please stop and investigate what's going on. So going back to your question, so when your body is all overwhelmed with all these new foreign substances, it will start, like, your body starts to have a response, and like an immune response. This is how your body is, and the inflammation will high rocket it, which is a good thing. It is trying to attack or defend what's going on, but also staying inflamed for that long until you call your trichologist and figure it out. There's a lot of consequences that happens. Inflammation, maybe like inflammation, it will start only with a hair loss, but also inflammation, chronic inflammation can cause diabetes, can cause arthritis, can cause chronic inflammation, can cause long-term health problems. What was your question?
Well, first off, before we go, I just want to say something real quick, because I know there's the general public that follow and listen to what we're talking about, but we also have trichologists that are practicing trichology as well. For those, when I was doing my trichological assessment and ruling things out, I had an aha for me to discover it was his work environment to trigger his hair loss, primarily because when I did the reverse engineering and finding out their triggers and what their lifestyle is, I went back 6 to 7 months, and then I found out that they went on vacation, and when they went on vacation, the hair stopped falling out and they had new hair growth come in when they came back. So that's when I knew it was the environment that they were currently in, because as soon as they got back, that new hair growth that came in fell out again. So I knew it was their work environment. That was my aha. So if you're a trichologist, be a detective, you guys. This is what we do, is we are detectives figuring out where it stems from. So,
also,
sorry, go on.
no. Let me piggyback on that for a second, because we are also helping trichologists and other health specialists. We're providing a tool. We are connected right now with the people of Cell Wellbeing, and we can help you out to get this system into your clinic, so you can have a reading through the hair and see the optimal levels of nutrients and, of course, levels of toxicity that we are able to identify through the hair. So that's one major piece of advice here. So if you're interested, please visit our website, thehairwire.com. Write us an email at info@thehairwire.com, so you can get the proper tools to help your customers, to help your patients in this matter. Now, going back to the question, Bisan, we were talking about inflammation and, of course, toxicity. You were explaining the toxic aspect of it, but how about the emotional aspects of it, how the stress can also affect our immune system, our immune response?
It's like a snowball, right? It will start with a toxicity. Your body will be overwhelmed, then inflammation will happen. Then you start to feel fatigued. Then you cannot focus. You'll have a brain fog. Then you can't do well on your job, or you will be cranky at home. This is all signs of your body is a little bit messed up, and you have to do something about it. And toxicity and inflammation both has to be addressed as soon as possible. And just let me say something here about what you were saying earlier. Toxicity is going to be the next pandemic, I'm going to say, because we have in the United States, it's statistically speaking, we have in the United States 85,000 different chemicals that has been used. We import 1 million pounds of these chemicals each year.
Wow.
So, exactly.
Crazy.
1 million pounds. So think about this 1 million pounds, they don't degrade. They don't. After they have been used in fabrics, they have been used in paint, they have been used everywhere. Where are they going? Right?
Simple physics. It doesn't destroy itself. It just transforms. It goes from one place to another, and finally to your bodies. So,
thank you. They're going into our water supply, into our food, into the dust, everything around us. And we, I don't want people to panic. We can't panic in a way, oh my God, we're going to hide next to a filter and don't show up to the world.
Let's live in a bunker.
Yeah, we cannot do that, right? So this is where I want to explain two things. There's something called toxic exposure and something called toxic burden. And the toxic exposure, the things that we cannot we cannot like avoid. These are happening around us all the time. Of course, we try to avoid the things that we know of, but the things we don't know of. But the toxic burden, when our body is exposed to these toxins over and over again, our burden will be our body cannot handle it. This is when we need to stop and treat our inflammation. That's why I'm trying to go through it. So
is that what many call oxidative stress? Does it has to be involved with
exactly.
that? Yeah.
This is so, since we cannot take all the chemicals away from our life, what we do is we treat our inflammation. Inflammation can be treated by eating healthy diet, living less stressful life, trying to be positive about our lifestyle, and also we can use supplements like curcumin. We can use saunas. When you go into a sauna, your bloodstream will your blood will flow faster. Then you can take activated charcoal after 20 minutes of sauna. So all the toxins that has been leached from your organs to the bloodstream, the activated charcoal will bind to them, and you will excrete them later. Of course, you will keep hydrated the whole time. You were talking, Sergio, about also ion device.
Yes.
I'll let you explain it. But what I'm trying to say, address the inflammation. We don't panic. We just address the inflammation and try to help our body fight this phenomena.
Yeah. And one thing too is you're talking about how our environment, it's hard to get away from it because that is our environment. Well, we all understand epigenetics. We're also at a point where we can't run away from things, and you don't want to run away from things because that's how you're enjoying life when you're always on the run. Well, essentially epigenetics, or body awareness, mindful awareness, is being aware and essentially biohacking or evolving your body to adapt to these environments and is setting it up for success, so that way these things don't cause side effects on you, like inflammation. So making sure you increase your vitamin D's or exercise, mindful awareness, will help you combat against these toxicities or inflammation.
I have something to show you guys. So this book is called The Whole Detox by Dr. Deanna Minnick. This is exactly what she is saying, exactly what Kerry was saying. Take care of your body, detox your body from your thoughts, starting from your mind, your heart, and your body, so you can actually take the toxic exposures we have daily that we cannot actually run away from.
You guys, the book, if you guys want to know about the book, if you go to our website, thehairwire.com, I'll have on there resources under books with the top books we recommend with links for you to go purchase them. Okay. Mm-hmm. So make sure you go to thehairwire.com and you'll see resources under books.
Perfect. Now, here's the thing. From the gentleman, we saw the high toxicity, high stress. What are the things that you would recommend to manage to any particular patient? Because we're talking about this specific case, and I know many of you who are watching, guys, you might be thinking, well, is that what is affecting my alopecia areata? Not necessarily. Each type of alopecia areata is different. But in this particular case, we're talking about a person who is exposed to high toxicity, and of course, someone who has been under a lot of stress, and the body starts to react because it's overwhelmed because all of it. Now, what do we do about it? Now, Bisan, we were talking about the sauna and the steam bath, which I love, by the way. The steam bath and the saunas, I love them. Actually, you will lose weight on it. Yeah. But of course, it's because of the water. You're getting dehydrated. You're losing a lot of toxicity and stuff. But the thing is that you're getting those toxins out, and by consuming water at the same time, you are replenishing, but at the same time, you're moving those toxins out of the way. I like the steam and like the sauna. We were mentioning about the ionic foot detox bath. Basically, it's a device that has been placed in a foot bath. And you place your foot, and the ionic device will start drawing toxins from your body, from your feet. And as those toxins are being removed from the body, you will start feeling. I've been through the process myself. It's quite the process. You feel it. I mean, you feel it in your bones. You know, like something is being drawn out of your body. It's quite spectacular, the treatment. I like it a lot. It's one of those things that you can actually do. The other thing that I like to recommend, and I see a lot of this, is oxygen therapy. People doing oxygen therapy as well to cleanse their body, which I like a lot. And there are many other ways to remove toxins. For instance, let's consider things like lemon, limes. Let's consider garlic. Let's consider onions. Let's consider, you mentioned turmeric, curcumin. Let's say those three ways. Yeah, I know it's the same thing, but you know how we pronounce it. You know, my Spanglish starts kicking in.
Don't forget the curcumin needs black pepper to be activated, and
that's something that not everybody says. You know, this is why we have the sun here.
And you need fat to carry it, actually. So instead, if like we don't have to go like buy expensive stuff, you can bring curcumin to your house, like a good quality of curcumin. Bring like one tablespoon of coconut oil, heat it a little bit, not overheating, little bit, just to melt the coconut oil. Put 1 tablespoon of the curcumin. Put like fresh black pepper. It will be like make it like a paste, and you can add to it milk, and it will be like your daily dose of
detox treatment.
Detox, yeah. And also one thing, like also bone broth in a way is very healthy for your joint, and it is recommended that we keep drinking this bone broth. So in your bone broth, if you can handle it, put a lot of onions and garlic and let it simmer for like at least 12 hours. When you drink this is you're drinking the elixir of life. You're drinking, you're decreasing your inflammation. It's an antiviral, antibacterial. Plus, you're getting good skin and good hair and good joints. So, if you can handle it,
I like this approach, the natural approach. Now, how about stress? How can we manage stress? Now, we're talking about detoxifying, and of course, not all detox treatments are the same. People, not all detox treatments are the same. Please. Okay, understand this. There are different types of detox treatment, so not all of them work the same. So be mindful before you start going to the store and grabbing every type of detox. Here's the thing. I mean, guys, people in Europe, they don't go to the store and grab just about everything. We like to do this in America. We like to buy everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of good stuff out there, you know, that are available to all of us, and you don't need, you know, to actually buy something. Okay, they're available to you.
Can I say something very quickly? Actually, when we go out and buy stuff, we have no idea what kind of fillers there are in the over-counter medication, and you know, we don't know. Everything you need is in your kitchen.
Yeah,
most probably.
Everything.
Just you need to be a little bit less lazy. I'm lazy, but like you just need to take an initiative for you and your family, and use your kitchen as your pharmacy. And it's much cheaper and much better.
Well, and even that, like I offer Cell Wellbeing where I am, where we check your DNA and for eating for you, and the amount of people that will go and buy plethora of supplements after. I'm a food first person. I literally give you a grocery list of foods high in the specific minerals, vitamins, amino acids that you need. Go eat the food that I give you. Take that list and go eat that. Over supplementing, you guys, you could have a cross effect and cause more damage. So, you know what, like I see a lot of people go to naturopaths and then they leave with a bag full of supplements, and then they do those supplements and usually you should recheck to see if you still need those supplements after 3 months. Because if you don't need them, you could over supplement, cause more reactions, more acne, more hair loss, more lethargy, all of that. So
Yeah.
you guys got to be very careful on supplements. And absolutely with the whole, I love that you touched base, Sergio, on being aware of what you're detoxifying too. Like when you go get a toxicity report or a nutritional report to find out what you're lacking or what you have too much in your system of, yes, go and research. Right now, the client that I have has an overabundance of lead in his system and thallium. Now, those both have two different protocols for detoxification, which we are going to be giving to him at the end of this call. Just to say, hey, this is going to be more beneficial for you to remove these specific things to help oxidize. Okay. And yes, and water is key. I find a lot of times people also will take a lot of a lot of supplements, and I have a lot of clients that come in. I know when you're dehydrated. I could tell when you're dehydrated. And they'll come in and I'll give them my grocery list and I'm like, oh yeah, I stocked up on this and this and this. And they again have a bag full of supplements. I'm like, no, I told you food. I gave you a grocery list. And then I said, why aren't you drinking your water? I could tell you're not drinking your water. And they're like, how can you tell? I'm like, it shows in your hair, your skin, your nails, you smell. Like I see it. Drink your water. And hydration, you guys, causes hair loss.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to tell you this again. Dehydration causes hair loss.
Amen.
Drink
that.
your
Hallelujah.
As simple as that.
I mean, sometimes people are so accustomed to buy supplements that they don't think about food as medicine. And that's, that we got it twisted. That's what's happening. We have it twisted.
Yeah.
Food is also health. Food is also medicine. So start working on your food, start working on your diet, and then we may supplement, and then if necessary, we might use the medication. I mean, there's steps, there are levels here, guys. But we humans, we want everything right now, right there. So we jump on the levels and we start using medication, and we don't use one medication, we use 2, 3, 4, and one medication to counteract the effects of the other. My God, no wonder we're sick. No wonder.
Take a step back and breathe.
And I'm going to give you guys some tricks because I'm sure there's people on here saying, well, I can't afford all these tests. I don't know where to go for all these tests. Exactly. If you can't, just remember it's not a one size fits all world. And when it comes to food, I say go back and go backwards. Go look at who you're a predisposition of. Look at your ancestors. Look at what they eat. So when you're eating, I essentially tell my clients who can't do these tests, I say, go back and look at where your ancestors came from. I'm Canadian, I'm multiracial. I have French, Scottish, Polish, Viking in me, and I'm Canadian. So I have 4 areas of diet I'm absorbing, but I go and I study what my ancestors ate, because remember, we're an evolution of where our ancestors came from, and our bodies have adapted to eat that diet. And so when I tell my clients, I said, go see what your ancestors ate and eat a good portion of that, and then at least 40 to 50% of what you grew up eating based on your environment. So I'm a true Alberta girl. I grew up on Canadian food, beef and potatoes, all that, but I also make sure I incorporated food that my ancestors have been evolved to eat. Sauerkraut, kimchi, all of that. So potatoes, my family, like if you look at that, and that would be a really good starter for you. And once you start eating like that, you'll notice a huge difference in your health. Okay?
And it will start with your hair.
Yeah.
Always. Now, let's talk a little bit about the stress, how we manage the stress. Now, we talk about detox. Let's talk about the stress, how we manage the stress.
So to manage the stress, the easiest way I found to manage my stress is to change my perspective to life. Because like when life gets overwhelming, we did mistakes in our life. We have sad events. We have it all, right? We're human. It's just keeping a positive. I know it's hard. It doesn't work every day.
It's about retraining our brain. That's that's what it is at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Retrain our brain to think the right way so we can live the right way. And that's not an easy obstacle to overcome. It takes years, but you have to start somewhere, guys. You have to start somewhere.
And I have a trick for that. Since, like exactly what Sergio said, we reprogram our neurons to react and react differently. So when you wake up in the morning, our brains will be in alpha waves still. Before, like you're kind of awake, but you're not awake fully 100% yet. The beta waves is when you're focused and alert. Like a little bit before you jump out of bed or you're trying to get out, try to tell your 3 million or 3 billion neurons, tell them it's gonna be okay. You are doing your job. It's good. It's gonna be okay. You're good. You're beautiful. You're great. You know, all these affirmations. Choose whatever affirmations you need to choose, even for that day or that month or that period of your life. You are exactly what Sergio said, programming your neurons to wake up to the day in a different view. And this is a start. This is how a good start to your day, to just changing your perspective. And of course, there's so many things you can do throughout the day to manage the stressful situations we have, or the overwhelming feelings we sometimes have. Sometimes out of the blue, I feel so overwhelmed and I feel down or something, and it is hard to get out of it. But you can take like deep breaths where you breathe, you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. So
Hold
it's
for
just
4.
yeah. So like and like
The
try
4x4.
Yeah.
multiply by 4. Yeah.
No, it's the 4x4 rule.
Yeah, exactly. It's a box, right? Four, four,
Yeah.
4, 4. So this will regulate your parasympathetic nervous system. It will calm it down, because stress, when you are under stress, your parasympathetic system is overriding your sympathetic system. And there's a fun fact, if your parasympathetic system is out of whack. It's a very cute, nice, weird tip.
Okay.
See, I don't know what's it called in English. You know this thing that's that's going down like that? What's called?
The tangly thing.
Yeah, the tangling.
I
Yes.
forgot the anatomical term for it, but yeah.
I don't know what's called.
The thing.
The tangly thing.
Yeah. So the tangling thing, if it's not centered, then if it is going this way or that way, then your parasympathetic system is out of whack.
Okay, you're talking about the amygdala?
No, I don't know what's called. I have to look
What's behind the under the tongue?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
like something tangling.
Yeah. Okay, under the tongue. Okay.
Yes, that. So
Okay.
that mine is not in the center, because I still have. I
wanted to check.
And
That's
one
awesome.
thing to know if your parasympathetic system is overridden. Can you goggle? Can you like drink some salt water and goggle?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Why not?
Because this tangling thing is not in the middle to make me goggle.
Oh.
That means your parasympathetic system is overriding. It's not in balance.
Interesting
Things
to know.
I learned
Interesting
with
to
you
know about
guys.
that.
It's incredible.
No, those fun facts, they're amazing. They're amazing. Now, we're talking about managing the stress, of course, getting the toxins out. Now, let's talk about essential oils. Whenever we talk about alopecia,
can I add one more thing in there, Sergio,
Sure.
for stress? Because I specialize in stress management for a lot of my clients. And a couple of things I always have people with managing their stress is to do things that really fill your cup. A lot of times we get into a point where we're just like hustle, and sleep. And we end up getting in survive mode versus thrive mode. And instead of focusing on the things that matter around us. And it's so important for us to practice presence and be present. And ironically, be present looks the same as a gift, right? Being present. And if you have trouble being there and you're so focused on everything else, just remember it's going to be there tomorrow. It's not going anywhere. Pause. It's going to be there tomorrow. And another thing, like if I'm struggling, I'm getting angry and frustrated, I say these 5 mantras. I say, guide me with love, and I'll repeat it 5 times while breathing. And I tell you, it'll bring me down. And if I'm still struggling and I'm still angry or frustrated, what I'll do is I'll think of 3 to 5 things that really move me. So the first time I held my son, the first time I held my daughter, the first time my husband told me he loved me. And I tell you, that brings your level to a whole new level. Now, going to bed, like to practice every day, it's very important that you guys practice gratitude and celebration. And what I mean by celebration is celebrating your wins and stop comparing yourself to others. Look at all the wins. You got out of bed today. You got dressed. You did something good at work. Those are wins. And so every time before I go to bed, I highlight 3 to 5 wins. Even if I didn't have a win that day, it's wins that I'm proud of myself that I've done in the last 3 to 5 years. Graduating from school, getting a new car, getting myself out of debt, or anything to celebrate, because then it puts me in a positive note and be like, holy cow, I have done some great things. And it gives you in a positive mind frame before you go to sleep, so you have a good sleep pattern and then wake up. And then every time I wake up, I think of 3 things I'm grateful for. Is like, wow, I woke up today. Yes. That's a huge thank you. I'm alive for another day. Thank you for my vision. I'm thankful that I have 2 feet to walk on, and any of that. Like, and even if there's something that you struggle with, like, you know, you're sick or you're losing hair, but you know, maybe you're still able to walk. Maybe you still have, like, you got to look at the things that you could be grateful for now. And you know what? Today doesn't mean it's going to continue tomorrow. It's going to get better, and you just got to focus on that. Okay. So yeah, I could give more tips on that, but those are some really little helpful tips I could give now. Sorry to cut you off, Sergio.
No. I like it. I like it a lot. And, you know, going into that direction, I mean, it's all about setting a mindset, for the rest of the day, and it will help you move forward. So I like this a lot. Now,
and sticky notes help you guys. I have sticky notes. I have them all over. Look, I have them like all over my house, my mirror. Sometimes you do need a little help.
I mean, you mentioned sticky notes. I mean, you can use paintings, you can use art in your homes, you know, things that will make you remember, because you have to bring to your mind the things that are most important, your goals, and of course, what's driving you, you know, and how to be thankful. I mean, there's so many ways that we can choose to remember, even jewelry. Jewelry is a fun way to remember. You look at your jewelry and you know what it represents, what it shows to you. So it helps you remember what you're wearing. Yes. You know,
that's what my jewelry is all about.
Many things that we can do, you know, to help us remember. For instance, you can ask for a Catholic or Muslims. They use the beads, prayer beads. I mean, it helps you remember. It's all about focusing and putting your mind into the right place. And of course, that will help you manage those loads of stress that we have on a daily basis. So it's an exercise. We have to reprogram ourselves and to help us think the right way.
Okay, I'm going to make a plug, Sergio. Yeah. So my mindful practice when I'm home stressed, believe it or not, I actually make jewelry. I have a jewelry business called Sentimental Gems, and I make crystal kits, which Basan's holding because that's one of my kits. And I make jewelry. And I make jewelry.
Hold on. Show again. There you go.
And I make jewelry, crystal kits, necklaces with stones based around an intention and our affirmation. So Sentimental Gems celebrates setting intentions, where I make kits where you could gift an intention or set your own intention. I have a lot of little workshops on there where I talk about intention setting. So I love that you said the jewelry, because I have them like heal a broken heart, be confident. I have the one I've been wearing lately is speaker, because I've been doing a lot of public speaking. So I'm trying to focus on that.
I mean, the thing is, you mentioned, you know, it's about, you know, something that will help me focus. You know, whenever we're teaching people about, you know, how to speak in public, we usually tell them pick a spot on you know, on the crowd and look at that place. You know, it's about focusing. You can have a piece of paper on your hand, squeeze it. That will help you focus. Grab something. I mean, it's all about tricking our mind in a way that it will focus ourselves to what we need to do and push everything aside. You know, it's about narrowing down our view so we can help ourselves go through the hard times. So yes, that's one of the best techniques that we can apply to help manage stress. Also, we have supplements that can help us manage stress, but I love essential oils, and I love aromatherapy.
Yeah.
It's a natural way to help you calm yourselves. Now, other than just using aromatherapy, in aromatherapy, it's a whole word. I mean, I like smells like vanilla, lavender, lemon.
Vanilla makes me hungry.
My friend just my friend made me a nice one. It was fun.
Inhale the good.
And it's got essential oils and herbs and crystals in there, but it's all she's aromatherapist, and it's all aromatherapy. And for those who are listening or aren't watching it, I'm gonna say, inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit.
Pretty much.
But it's all
I like
aromatherapy with helping with confidence and
and little humor in life. Come on, lighten up, guys, lighten up. I'm a
humor
preacher. I'm lighting
medicine.
up here. Okay, so
I know.
please. So
Yeah.
it's all about, taking it, take it slow sometimes, and have a laugh, guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're so tied up. I mean,
Yeah.
please, we need to have a laugh. Now,
This is the side effect of being in a modern country.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll speak about that a lot, but we don't have time.
Yeah, that's true. Now, guys, about aromatherapy and stress management, but also we're talking about essential oils for alopecia areata. My choice, my first choice, usually whenever I see alopecia areata, tea tree oil. What's your oil, Carrie?
My favorite for alopecia areata, I have a few of them. I recommend aromatherapy for distressing because it helps with the somatic memory. So I'll try and find, I do a lot of aromatherapy testing, so I'll find out what smells really help calm them. So I might do a sensory journey to help find them. So, but commonly, if I don't see them in person, I'll find out smells that help not trigger them, but to help stimulate calmness. So lavender might be one, chamomile, Palo Santo, any of those oils. And then for topical, tea tree is always my go-to. I use tea tree for everything. And then I do like to use menthol or peppermint, and I add it to shampoos, but I don't put it direct. You have to have a carrier oil with them because they could be, like I'll use peppermint directly for headaches and stuff if they have tension, but I always suggest putting a carrier oil or put in a shampoo, but I'll use those to stimulate hair growth. But the tea tree is my go-to.
Bisan, what's your go-to essential oil?
Yeah, for topical, the tea tree oil, it's stimulant, so it's perfect. But vanilla is not my go-to. It makes me hungry. I love lavender, of course, and I drink actually a lot of chamomile throughout the day. It helps me keep calm. This is what I'm drinking.
Not only it will keep you calm, but whenever we talk about chamomile, whenever we talk about lavender, tea tree oil, they all three will help you reduce inflammation. And will help you manage the immune response. That's key in this process. I mean, you guys have been hearing us and talk about a lot of things that may not relate directly to hair, but has direct effects on how the hair works, guys. And it is very important. This is why we deviate a lot from the things that might feel illogical or that everybody else will do. No, because what everybody else is doing is not working. That's the truth. You have to go outside of the box and start thinking like a trichologist. And you have a group here of 3 trichologists right now, guys, teaching you how to manage your hair the right way by having a holistic approach to your hair problems and tracing back to the origins of what is causing your hair loss, what's causing your alopecia areata, what's causing your dermatitis, your psoriasis. So, but having this mindset will help you manage your hair and keep it. And of course, you're getting hair smart here at the Hair Wire, guys. It doesn't get any better than that.
Hey, and I'm going to throw you guys another bone here. This one is gold. Absolutely gold. You don't need just essential oils for aromatherapy, you guys. There's actually spices that you could use too. Yes. My favorite one, and I have high functioning anxiety, you guys. So I do get panic attacks where I do get overwhelmed. But what I do is I crack pepper and I smell pepper. So Pepper, it
Interesting.
has a thing to help just calm you down. And I could be on the brink of the shakes and feeling like an elephant on my chest. Tell you, crack some pepper, have a couple smell, like just sniff it. You're not putting up your nose,
Amazing.
you're just smelling the aroma, just get the aroma.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
tell you, they'll bring you from high 10 to a nice low 1 and calm.
Right. And
Yeah.
as Sergio was saying, like also, um, uh, like we learn about everything and we talk about everything because hair loss is not one protocol. You cannot find one protocol for hair loss. It is
Yes.
highly personalized, depends on the person. It's his present, his or her present, and his or her past. So and what kind of hair loss they're having. So it's not one size fits all. That's why the more we know, the more we discuss things, the better we are. Um, yes, and that's why we are three trichologists here with different backgrounds. And we collectively, when we talk about one case, we collectively give our opinions and choose the best treatment plan for that person. And this is why we're here for you guys in the Hair Wire. When you have a case, just write it down for us. Like every one of us has a different experience. It comes from a different background. So we put all our input to create the best treatment plan for the type of hair loss you're having now. Don't forget, the type of hair loss you're having now, not necessarily you're going to have it for life. Maybe next
That's
month you're going
true.
to have a different type of hair loss. Maybe the following month, you don't know, right? What's going on right now, we collectively help you with it.
Different seasons in our lives means different problems. So
Exactly.
we need to work with each one at the same time. At the appropriate time. Guys, that's it for today. That's it for today. I mean, it's overwhelming the information that we have for today. But stay tuned. Stay tuned to our next shows. And please, again, give the likes, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share our videos, and also comment on them. We wanted to know, and we want to know about you, and we want to help you in any way we can. So if you want to contact any of us, visit our website, thehairwire.com, or you can write at our email, info@thehairwire.com. We're here for you. And all of us, we provide online consultations. So no matter where you are in the world, we're here to help you out. Okay. So till next time, guys, you want to say something before we go?
I want to say you guys have to teach us how to do a 10-minute video, because at the beginning of this video we said we're gonna do like 10-12 minute segment and it's already 45 minutes.
That's
I
a
don't know
problem. I mean,
how.
we love to talk and we have too much to share. So sorry
I don't
about
know
that.
how.
We're passionate.
But we don't apologize for it. So next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Next time, bye.